bear with me out here. She's been messing up my stream for lately for some reason. I was just double checking it. Yeah, but I should all praises. My bad. It's not working real right at the moment. I just have to check the stream. So I don't want to rock his off. He gets right. Hey, Shalom, add flow. Yabashim Ashar Brakatah and Brakathum to you in your household. And Shalom, Rebecca, Ophir, Yabashim Ashar Brakatah and Brakathum to you in your household. My bad, just checking the stream. They've been messing up lately. Yeah. Just bear with me real quick. Satan's trying to hamper, but he ain't stopping nothing. So Tawadi Yabashim Ashar, Lord willing, is good. Man, bear with me out here. Yeah, I'm just, Lord willing, is good. Hey, Shalom, King, servant Yahweh Shai Yabashim Ashar Brakatah and Brakathum to you in the house, in your household. Just trying to make sure everything's all right. All right, man, it should be good. So with that, okay. Yeah, it says the stream is on my side are messing up. Okay. All right, it looks good. So with that, I want to give all glory, honors, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Rakak Wadash. I want to give double honors to the sincere elders and apostles for teaching us this truth, starting back from the 1 West days, even all the way back to Elder Abba Bivens, who is Elijah, the Wadi Al-Bashim Al-Shai. And I want to give double honors to all the other elders, giving us that non-stop energy, the Wadi Al-Bashim Al-Shai Bashim Rakakwadas, because the prophecies are going forth. Hey, Shalom, that young lion, Aryan Malat, Yabashim Al-Shai Brakatah, Brakathum to you and your household, King. Man, can't wait to see you again, though, little bro. This is, let me get to it, because you're seeing that the Lord is, he's showing his stuff, showing things that are happening through this world. And they just was a big article throughout this winter, this coming winter, that you're going to see, like, I believe it was 80%, or a lot of people are going to have a blackout. They're going to, the power, on what the fuel costs. You know, we have to look at what's happening, that the BRICS is about to take 80% of the oil production. And that means you're understanding that most of our oil is needed with fossil fuel. So we're about to have that plague that the Lord did before in Egypt. So let's grab this. This is Exodus, just as he did before, Exodus chapter 10. And then verse 21. And the Lord said, Moses, and we're all like, we're pretty much like Spirit. The Lord is using his man to preach these words and tell about these prophecies that are going forth and put these plagues upon the earth. So he stretched out his hand, and that was the power of the Lord, which is now Yahushua has all power. So he can use any one of his men to be a vessel through this this power. Stretched out his hand towards heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt. And this modern day, hey, Shalom, letters to the flock, Yabashim Al-Shai Brakatah and Brakathum to you and your household. Salakia. Even darkness which may be felt. And Moses stretched out his head towards heaven, and there was a thick darkness all of the earth 3 days bitter. So we don't know how much time it is, and that was talking about beforehand. But this blackout because of this fossil fuel and all these things, and the grinding shall cease. Let's grab that real quick. That the Lord is about to put the plagues like it was before. Because now look it. Let me grab it. This is Ecclesiastes. chapter 12, verse 3. And in the days when the keeper of the house shall tremble. So you're seeing these stockbrokers. You're seeing these people that are in control of our economy. You're seeing all this stuff that they know the oncoming disaster that's coming against Babylon the Great and all the beast system. Hey, how's it going? That now BRICS, which is their enemy now all these Brazil, what was it, Venezuela? But wait, Brazil. Let's just go to the regular BRICS because it was those new people that came. Brazil, Russia, not Iran, India, and China, and then all the countries that were added to them this later this year. Not later this year. I forget what's the countries that were added to it. Well, all those countries are about to have 80% of the oil production. Shalom Malak La'ab, Yabashim Al-Shah Brakatah, and Shalom, I always keep, it's Nashapash, sincere milk. Yabashim Al-Shah Brakatah, Brakathum to you, brothers, and your households. So now you're seeing all these things, and the economist sees that. And so that's what they're having to order, that when the winter hits, that we're not going to have enough fossil fuel to be able to supply you guys with power. So, and in the days of the keeper of the house shall tremble, and the strong man shall bow himself, and the grinder shall cease because they are few. So not only that all these businesses are going to close, and they're not going to be able to have the production that they usually have, because a lot of people are going to be getting ready, because a lot of the fossil fuel is going to have to go towards that war effort. Because what do you think? The Lord is gathering all those nations and to move all these it's no electric tanks. It's no electric jets. All of them use a lot of fossil fuel, and they're moving millions and millions, thousands of pounds of material, food, and everything. So you're about to see a lot of that oil production go to the war effort, and so it's nothing going to be here in Babylon the Great. So you're going to have to struggle with not having power, not having electricity, not having heat, because you're not going to be able to have that much fossil fuel, because who are we going to buy it from? Mexico is already trying to petition to go to what's it called, the BRIC system. Argentina, they're pretty much just want to get rid of their BRIC system, their central bank. All these nations are against Babylon the Great at this time. Saudi Arabia, new deals. So the grinders shall cease because they are, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of a bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought down low. And when they shall be afraid, that which is high, and fear shall be in their way, among the almond trees shall flourish, and grasshoppers shall be a burden, and desire the fail, because going along home, and the mourners go about the streets. So you're not only did the Lord take the ability to even have good music, but watch, the men of the Lord, they're going to be singing when this dark hour happens. They're going to be singing the real song of the Lord, praying and doing all that stuff. The Lord might give men of the Lord beautiful voices, women of the Lord beautiful voices. But now these people, they're not going to have nothing to get them through. They're not going to have their internet. They're not going to have their, what is it called? Like their iPads. They're not going to be able to charge those. Their iPads, they're not going to have nothing. All they're going to have, I know the stream is keep messing up, but no worries. And it's just like the time before. The Lord is attacking these people's God. Grab this. This is 2nd Esdras. And he's been messing up the stream for a long time. So if there's any problems, can brothers please tell me. This is 2nd Esdras. I'm going to start at verse 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, just as at the time of Moses. The Lord used his prophet as a instrument, a tool to bring forth his power on the earth. as he's doing now, as he's using the prophets that are now here, the ones in the sincere spirit, the ones that are on the highways and hedges, the ones that have that brotherly love, there he's using them as vessels to speak these plagues on the earth. So now you're seeing a lot of these things being manifest because the Lord is stretching out his hand, his power upon this place. And smite Egypt with plagues as before. So darkness, that darkness is going to be spread out throughout the entire environment, entire Babylon the Great, all throughout the world, all throughout the entire beast system. Because what? They all are reliant on fossil fuels. They made a whole infrastructure on fossil fuels. So when you don't have enough in the war efforts, what do you think is going to happen? And I will destroy all the land therefore. So imagine not having the power. They did a movie on and a lot of documentaries on things that will happen when power goes out. You got to understand the electric. Not only are you not going to be able to supply any place with food, because most of the times all our water systems for the farming, big farming enough to feed a city, they use electricity to sprinkler systems, or they rely on the weather. But in California, it's a company in Bakersfield that all of their things have to be supplied by all their farming has to be used electricity. It's like these little sprinklers you ever see in the fields that they're connected and they shoot. Well, they have to be used electricity to do it. And you can't use, and then they say, oh, I have a backup generator. Well, if you didn't understand, the backup generators, every single one usually only lasts 48 hours, like any big place like the mall, places like where FEMA has, they have these backup generators, and they need fossil fuel. They need a lot of it. So when the Lord stretches out his hands, he's going to literally destroy this place in the inside out. Let me grab this. But these are the major things that are going to happen. So now you're not going to have enough fossil fuel. You're not going to have lighting. So now you can only move through certain times. So even if they have enough gas for this emergency, because they have an emergency system. Once they start getting, they put it forth. They tell you, once they have enough, less of gas, they have an emergency system put in place that they are going to supply with trucking. So the truckings, but they're going to have to cut a lot of jobs. So you know what that means? And they can only travel in a certain amount of time. So they can only travel through the day, because you can't travel at night with trucking, especially with heavy materials. So you're going to see this. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 6 verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places feel unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. So now, because now they're going to have to what is that word? Oh, the best word for it. They're going to have priority on what they're going to be supplying. So they're going to be supplying mostly Edomite neighborhoods with hospital care, things like that, because a new pandemic is happening at the same time. So they're going to have to be supplying them with supplying medicine. They're going to have to be supplying military weapons to keep order. They're going to have to supply. So that's what all those things are going to go to. And then they're going to have to use all the food that they have to be going out to the war efforts. So you're about to see that it's going to be nothing. And a trumpet shall give a sound when every man hear, that they shall be suddenly afraid. And at that time shall flesh fight one against another like enemies. So when you get in that time, that now you're going to be fighting over things even stupid like candles. You're going to be fighting over cans of beans, canned foods, because that's the only thing you're going to be able to eat, because you're not going to be able to cook, because nobody has understanding on how to make a forest, how to make a campfire. No one has tools to make a campfire. They don't have none of these things. So look at what the Lord is going to do. He's going to set forth that it's going to destroy Egypt. Back at it. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 11 again. The latter end, and I will destroy all the land thereof, And Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plagues. So this entire infrastructure is going to be completely demolished when that power comes off. When they turn off the electricity, the infrastructure is not going to, it's going to be so crippled that it's not going to be able to function until months and months later. And it's going to already be too late, because the Lord is already going to have, he's not just going to be hitting it with but he's going to also have these plagues with these aberrations, these demons that are going to be attacking people. He's going to be having a military war effort in the states. We're going to be seeing riot and rebellion at the same time. And it shall be smitten with the plagues thereof, punishment that God shall bring upon it. And they that till the ground shall mourn, because they're going to see, not being able to use it, because, you know, you always see people driving those little trucks or those little tractors. Well, if you don't understand that they need a lot of fossil fuel, and then they have a computer system. So when they have it, a so-called EMP or a so-called thing that happens, what do you think is going to happen? That now you're not going to be able to, people can't drive those big things properly. So they're going to mourn. They're not going to be able to bring food to even feed their own family, let alone people out throughout the entire nation. So they're going to be mourning. And punishment that God shall bring upon it. And they that till the ground shall mourn. For their seed shall fell from the blasting of hell. And with a fearful consolation. So you see these storms, you see these plagues that are hitting this place. It's going to completely demolish the entire infrastructure of Babylon the Great. And now you're not going to be able to even be able to have food. Oh, look what happened later, 2, 3, 4 years ago. It was called a deluge, a land earthquake. And now you're seeing temperature change way fast. Right now I'm in Banning. It's the coldest it has been in years, just right now. And what is almost December, but California's usually hot. It doesn't change temperatures drastically. So it'd be one day 90 degrees, then now is, I believe, is like 41 right now. Woe to them of the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and the destruction draw nigh. That's what's the sword, this battle, you see when the power goes up, what do you think people are going to do when they can't eat? They're going to be rebellion. So they're going to have to set forth order, martial law. Look at what's happening in Dublin. Social order collapsed in one night. Do you understand that? Do you see how fragile the infrastructure of all these nations is? Social order completely by eating. Imagine the social order and what's going to happen in that time. And one people shall stand up and fight against another. Just as go back to it, 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 24. Not just one people, friends. At that time shall the friends fight one against another like enemies. Their earth shall stand in fear with them that dwell therein, and springs of the fountains shall stand still. And in 3 hours they shall not run. But see, that's what's going to happen. So you're going to see enemies. A man's foe is going to be his household. These precepts. It's cold. Esau's hating, blacklisting, messing up the stream. But what can he do? My bad, it's freaking cold as hell out here, so we'll just grab. So a family, imagine the darkness and all that stuff. I'm gonna grab it in Wisdom of Solomon too, on what happened with the Hamites what the Hamites were going through. But let's grab it. This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 36. It said friends, not just friends, even family members. I'm gonna start at 32. But whoever shall verse 34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. So you think this? No, the Lord is stretching out his hand to put these plagues upon this place. Think not that I come to send peace on the earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. The sword and destruction draw nigh. The Lord is coming to bring forth destruction and war and division upon this place. For I come to set a man variance against his father. Let's put that. Let's grab that in the etymology on what the word variance means. So people's like, what is it? Variety? No. A fact of quality of being different, but I want it in the etymology. This is variance. Fact of undergoing change. Well, he's changing the whole dynamic of the family. Look at what the Lord is literally saying, he's changing, the relationship of your father. You have a relationship that you love. Well, if you are wicked, and the other people are wicked, he's going to make you guys fight against each other, have different thoughts. You see people who are now they're hardcore Trumpers, it's hardcore Biden worship. So what do you think they're going to be doing when they don't have nothing to eat? They're going to be going, like you see these post-apocalyptic movies, they start having a different thoughts. Because, when someone is, when they're going through hell, their mind state is not correct. Because they don't have the wisdom and knowledge to be the stability to stand on. So they're going to be jumping to and fro to whatever's going to feed them. And they're going to get that mindset. So a family member is going to be in the way, and they're against that the thought process of them. They're going to try to kill them. Hey, Shalom Nathanya Bashmel Shah Brakatah and Brakathum to you and your household. Salakia, man, the transmission, he saw, not only is he blacklisting me, he makes my stream mess up for no reason. So, Lord willing, the Lord just starts destroying these dudes. Changing all, because Esau's he's a sore loser. Difference, divergence, variety, division. He said, think not I come to put peace on the earth, but division. So continuing in this, I am come to set a man variance against his father, changing the state, variance, differing against his father, and daughter against her mother, and daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and a man's foe shall be his own household. So men shall be fighting like enemies, their friends, their loved ones. They're all going to have it because they're not going to have a stability. They're going to be really driven on fear and survival instincts and carnal. So they're going to become like beasts. Let's grab it. This is 2 Peter, verse 12. And just as when Solomon and with yeah, man, the water and the thunder, yeah, it been messing up lately. Depending on how many numbers is on it, it messes up. 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 12. But these as natural brute beasts. What did Solomon say what the nations were? That they were beasts. Why did it say beasts? Because beasts are only about survival. Beasts eat their own kind. Beasts do all this stuff. So just as now our people have become like that. And they're going to be even worse in that time because they're going to be driven for survival and not having stability and wisdom and knowledge to be the stability of that time. So all the lights, all the infrastructure, everything they know is going to be completely destroyed. Egypt is going to be everything that they thought that they can have pleasure, that they can go on the internet and, hey man, let me listen to some music to cool myself down. How are you going to do that with no power when that darkness hits the earth? How are you going to do that when you're not be able to eat? You know, a lot of people, their comfort is eating. Well, what are you going to do when you can't? When you're starving, when the things are? You're going to be really beasts. You're going to show your nature. And the men of the Lord, they have the wisdom and knowledge and stability, so they're going to be good. And they're going to be eating. Because you know why? Because they're doing what the Lord has told. Made to be taken. See, but as natural brute beasts. So the Lord said what you guys were, what's going to happen, that he's going to have you be destroyed like him. Because you were already acting it like this. All right, just like he humbled Nebuchadnezzar, because it's a huge humbling coming in this world. So what did he do to Nebuchadnezzar? He made him a beast, made to be taken and destroyed. Speak evil of the things that they understand not, and should utterly perish in their own corruption. So they did all this stuff, so the Lord is going to do what he did like he did Nebuchadnezzar. And that's why all these miseries shall be upon the earth. Let's grab this. Because of the pride. Like that dude right here, he's going to be destroyed, because you know he doesn't know how to be respectful. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 8, verse 50. And it's too cold to be a demon. This is, for many great miseries shall be done to them in the latter time, shall they dwell up in the world, Salakia, because they have walked in great pride. That's why these destructions is going to happen. And how are you going to be able to be saved? How are you going to be able to go through situations? How? Through let me grab it. Being obedient unto the Lord. Let's grab this. If not, you're going to be swallowed up in that darkness. Ezra's chapter 9, I'm going to start at 5. For like as all this is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and what is the Lord? He's going to put plagues on there, because the end is going to be gotten together. The Lord is going to put forth... I know it's keep messing up, Salakia, Akim. This is Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 16. Moreover, he said unto a son of man, behold, I will break the staff, the stability of the food system. And how he's going to do it? If you're not going to be able, if you can't be transferred with the food, if you can't transfer with the trucking system, when you can't have an infrastructure, having lighting, being able to cook, because you don't have that even the natural gas, because natural gas you need fossil fuel to move it even too. All these things, so the Lord's going to break that infrastructure. He's going to break the stability on being able to go to the grocery store and eat. The bread in Jerusalem of our people mostly, he's going to do it to all the nation, but this is called Jacob's trouble for a reason. And they shall eat bread by weight. You know what that means? By weight, he's going to be rationing, just like in wartime, but it's going to be worse. Because when we were in World War II, when we were rationing, we just got out of the Dust Bowl, which is, you didn't understand, right before World War II was brought back. It was also brought, the economy fell, and then we had an agriculture disaster that destroyed the Midwest. But that was before, and they went into war for it. But now it's going to be at the same time. And we're not going to have the power that they had before. Babylon is not going to have the power that they had before. So they're going to eat with rationing and with care. And they shall drink water by measure and with astonishment. Let's grab this. Because now it's going to be hard for you to purify it. You don't know any purifying techniques. You don't know how to start fires. You think you're not going to be, you're not going to be able to get water from anywhere in most areas, because they need electricity to bring water into the cities. And then water bottles, they really don't last that long. So you're going to and people are going to be fighting over. Just like in a desert, when you go in there and you've been walking in the desert for a couple days, and you're gonna take it. Every drop is gonna be beautiful to you, because you're starving and it's not starving when you're thirsty. You're dehydrated. This is Revelations chapter 6, 6. Start at 5. And when he opened the third seal, I heard the third beast come and say, Behold, lo, a black horse, and he that sat upon it had a pair of balances in his hand, which is going into a judgment and slavery. And I heard a voice in the midst of the fourth beast saying, a measure of wheat for a penny. And if you look at what that word penny is a denarian, which is the amount of currency. What is it? The currency in Rome. It was a day's wage. So for a measure of wheat, and you need more than a measure of wheat to make a loaf of bread. So he said, for a day's wage, it's going to cost for just a sandwich. A day's wage to just get a sandwich. And 3 measures for barley for a day's wage. So, you know, a lot of people, they're going to try to drink their problems away. They're going to try to go into issues, but you're not going to be able, because barley is used. It's another grain, and it is also used to make beer. The Lord is going to destroy all that stuff. See that hurt not the oil nor the wine. And that's talking about the truth, this knowledge and stability. I mean, the wisdom, knowledge and wisdom, because this is going to be the stability in the time. That's the only ever how you're going to be able to eat. That's how, because the Lord is going to give you, he's going to literally drop food from the sky. Or he's going to have you have the people get judged that supplied me these doomsday preppers. He's going to have them get destroyed, and then he's going to have you find their bunkers. This is what he's going to do for the men of the Lord. This is Ezekiel from the brother King's servant Yahushua. This is Ezekiel chapter 5, verse 8. Therefore, thus said the Lord God, behold, even I am against thee, and I will execute judgment in the midst of thee in the sight of the nations. Therefore the fathers shall eat the sons in the midst of thee. What is that? Carnival. The Lord is against our people. He's against all these other nations. You know why? Because we have did the ones that have been doing wickedness, the Lord is going to have to tell you by death by pay. And all you other nations, you guys is just the Lord's just going to destroy you. He's just getting you ready for the horrible disasters you're going to have for 1,000 years. But the Lord is against the wicked of our people. So therefore the fathers shall eat their sons in the midst of thee, and the sons shall eat their fathers. It's going to be some, if you guys ever see the movie Doomsday, with that one girl that looks like Kate Beckinsale, but I don't know her name. And you know, they're going crazy, putting all that gothic, demonic gear. And that's probably what people are going to do, because when people go into that state of, that's why they go into gothic thing. That's just that state of mind, kicking and hitting people in the head over stuff, their own family members, and cooking them up because they're still starving. And I will execute judgment in thee, and the whole raiment of thee will I scatter into the wind, to all the winds. Let me grab this. Barbara Shaw, so I can see. Got this little light. The Lord really working. The water, bear with me. Just put it on real quick. Voila. The Lord is about to, and why is he doing this? Why is he about to destroy and cause people to eat their own children's flesh and their own father's flesh? Let's grab it. This is Ezekiel. This is Lamentation. The crime, but this Ezekiel chapter 14, verse 13. Son of man, when a lad sins against me by trespassing grievously. What's up? When you look up that word with such unbelief, all these things that they have put forth, they unfaithfulness, not worshiping unto your power, doing all the things against what the Lord has. Because when you go to a land, especially a land allotted for his people, you're supposed to follow their rules. This land was given to the Native Americans. and the so-called, mostly the whole northern kingdom basically was given this land. And what do you guys didn't follow the things? Not only did you follow, you defiled it by putting blood, killing the people. And how do you undefile the land that is defiled by blood? By the blood that seeketh. So since you trespass grievously, then I will stretch out my hand, just as the Lord's using us as tools. So when we speak these, the Lord is stretching out his hand. So Yahweh Shai and the angels can put forth these things that are going forth on the earth. So he's stretching out his hand upon it. And I will break, and he will break the staff of bread, the stability of the food system thereof, and will send famines upon it, and will cut off man and beast from it. So not only the animals, even that, but they're gonna, when they get judged, because everything in Babylon the Great is gonna be destroyed. Everything is going. All the animals. So if you think your dog is gonna be saved, they're gonna probably die most likely. This is it. The Lord is he's destroying all these places. They said they thought he was mad at the trees on the judgment he's about to put on it. But he's gonna stretch out his hand, that everything is gonna be starving. Though these three men, Noah, Daniel, and Job, were in it, they should deliver but their own souls by their righteousness. So this is what, see, even through all those times that he broke the staff of the bread of these places, he sent forth plagues many of times, judgment and all stuff, but because of this, let me grab this. This is Job. Chapter 5, verse 20. I'm going to start at 19. Ye shall be delivered if you do and doing what the Lord says, because this is all for the wicked of the people. This black and all stuff is for the people that are not following the Lord, trespassing against him grievously. And if you look up that word grievously in that particular chapter, you'll see that it's unbelief, unfaithfulness. I will deliver thee in 6 troubles, ye 7, that eyes no evil shall touch thee. In famine, oh, it's a little bright. Let me turn it down real quick. It was a little too bright. Couldn't see. Shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, ye 7, there shall no evil touch thee. In famine ye shall redeem, just as Daniel was redeemed in it, just like the 12, our 12 patriarchs was redeemed. Through, who did he use? He used, was it Joseph? Was it, yep, Joseph. When he was in Egypt, when he was he knew the Lord gave him, he redeemed him in it. So he's going to do that to the same people that are following his law, statutes, and commandments. Mostly the ones that the Lord chose at the beginning. The ones that are doing his work, being obedient unto him. The ones that are out here preaching the word. The ones, those believers that are helping the man of the Lord, praying, putting in those things. Those are the people that are going to be able to be redeemed. Shall be redeemed in thee from famine, and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of tongues. Neither shall thou be afraid of the destruction which comes nigh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh. It's going to be funny. It's going to be hilarious on what's happening, because the Lord is going to be delivering you out of this situation. You'll be like, man, whoo. When you're in a tough, because we Jake, we get through things through humor. Even the Lord, on what his creation and how he made Jake, and he has a sense of humor. So we're gonna be rejoicing in that time. We're gonna be like, man, we thought it kind of looked like we were a goner, but he said, because the righteous shall scarcely be saved. But our faith is going to be growing, that it's going to just be funny to us, because we know that our time is coming near. The Lord is going to deliver us and completely stomp out our enemy. Neither shall thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. You know why? For thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. And if you look up that word, that not only you're going to increase them. The Lord is going to be able to control them. I had a dream when I was in Jacob's trouble, and I was running from people. First I was running from people, and then a bear came in, and I started running from the bear. And I prayed up into the heaven, and the Lord dropped fire from heaven and destroyed the people that were running from, but not all of them, because it was a lot of them. And then the Lord changed the bear's mind, that it like stopped, and it started acting like a person. And then it was jumping, juking, and killing all the people that were chasing me. So this is what the Lord is about. He's about to set a standard. We're about to see, we're probably even going to be able to control the newly created creatures just by the prayer of the Lord. Thou shalt know that thy tabernacle shall be in peace, and thou shalt visit thy inhabitants and shall not sin. Let's grab this. And how are you going to be able to do and get into these benefits? Let's grab it. Because if you're wicked, it's going to be a horrible situation for you. Not only are you going to eat the flesh of your children, not only are you going to starve, not only are you going to have no things to keep your minds, because what we need, we don't need internet. We don't need all the, though we use internet for doing these scriptures, for sometimes on our free time. But what we got is hope and faith into the Lord. That's the only thing that we need of being believers. This is 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 6. Even so, the times as the highest have plain beginnings in wonders and powerful works, the ending in effect and signs, and everyone that shall be saved. Everyone that shall be saved shall be able to escape by his works. How you treat a brother, what you're doing for the Lord. If you're a prophet, are you going out and preaching the word? If the Lord put that in your mouth to speak, are you speaking? Are you a believer? Are you praying for brothers? If you are you helping out the ministry? Are you a good counselor? Are you helping? If you're a sister, are you praying for brothers? All these things, this is how you're going to be able to be saved. Your works for the Lord. How much time you're giving to the Lord, wrong state of mind. Because you're going to have to do it, even increase it in the time of Jacob's trouble. That's going to have to be your only thought. And ye shall be able to escape by his words and by his faith, whereas he have believed. Shall be preserved from the said of perils, and shall see my salvation in my land, and with my borders, for I have sanctified them from me from the beginning. Those ones that the Lord, Ephesians, the 1st chapter, the ones that he has predestinated to get the victory. The ones that he what John seen in the vision of them getting crowned. What Ezra seen in the vision of them getting the palm trees and crown. Of them, when he seen what John seen in that second, Isaiah seen in that closing the chambers. All those men, those ones are going to be able to see his salvation. Then shall they be in a pitiful case, which now has abused my ways. The ones that are, hey, Shalom, Yahweh, and Barakatah to you and your household. Sorry, it's a little bright for this light, but I want to have it on so brothers can see me, because I don't want to be like, you can tell when someone's in a fucking off spirit, or, you look at these demonic, you got to see their face. Once they start doing something wicked, they're making these scared videos, I'm tormented, they stop showing their face. But I'm talking about you, brother, obviously. But I'm talking about, that's why I have the light on. And they shall be in a pitiful case, which now have abused my ways. And they that have cast them away despitefully, they shall dwell in torment. The ones that stop doing the work, the ones that stop praying, the ones that stop believing in the Lord, the ones that stop, they're going to be torment. When the lights come off, what do you think is going to happen to them? The ones that the Lord told you to be brotherly, and what did you do? You're like, man, I'm just going to be a snake. I'm going to try to be a spy. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Those ones, they're going to have a horrible time. So now they're going to be eating their children. They're not going to be able to come back after you did all this wickedness. What do you think the Lord is going to do? You think you're going to be trusted through the Spirit? No. The Lord is going to destroy you. do something, and when times got right, you just fell on him. And when the times was like, I know I was a believer, but I'm just gonna get this seat here. You're gonna be tormented. I know that I was a prophet, but I just stopped doing it because all this, what's it called? I'm trying to think what it's called. Persecution, Salakia. All this persecution, I just don't want to do it anymore. I'm scared. You know, all these people, they're going to be tormented. For such as in their life have received benefits, have not known me. And they that loathe my law while they had liberty, and when yet place of repentance was open unto them, they understand not, but despised it. The same must know by death by pain. They're going to have a horrible, powerful judgment that they're not going to be able to go through it. Or they're going to fold, and even in that, and then the Lord's going to say, well, baby boy, after he got punched, he said, no, stand back up. Stand back up. They're going to be crying and shit, but nope, you're going to have to take that. You was all that stuff you was doing, you're going to have to take that. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 15. For the sword and their destruction draw nigh. So when this power turns off, when they have that stuff, they're going to have to set order. So you're going to see martial law. One people stand against another because people are going to be fighting. The haves and the have-nots. The Democrats and Republicans. You so-called niggas and you so-called and you Edomites. Because they're not so, you are the Edomites. These so-called white men, they're going to be killing each other. Jake and Esau's going to be killing each other. And we're going to be watching, and it's going to be a great movie to us. We're going to be like, damn, look at these guys. And you already know that Esau, you created these niggas, so you don't have to deal with them. We already know they're beasts. So you're going to have to deal with these dudes that come out of jail. All they know is gangbang, these Chicago dudes. Sword and one people shall stand against and fight against another, sword in their hand. And there shall be sedition among them, evading one another. And they shall not regard kings nor princes, nor the course of their actions shall stand in their power. In their power. And a man shall desire to go into the city and not be able. So not only are you not going to be able to just travel, because there's not going to be no lights, because the Lord is about to put darkness upon this place, and it's going to be you're going to also see that the military is going to be closing off cities, closing off portions of travel because of martial law. So you're not going to be able to just go freeway. You're going to have to walk through the forest and all that stuff. You're going to try to go through stuff. This is Lament from the brother King serving Yahweh Shai. Lamentations chapter 4 verse 9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. And what is it? Tobit, the 4th chapter. He said, lewdness is the mother of famine. So when you slay, it's better to be killed, getting shot in the arm, getting blown up, all that stuff, than starving to death. Because it takes a very, very long time to starve to death. You know, it can take days. Because you imagine, every time you eat, it kind of starts over. Not actually, but like you haven't ate for 15 days and you found a little bit of substance. You're going to be having a headache the whole time. You're going to be starving. You're going to be thinking about eating your own child. You're going to be thinking that. It's going to be tormented in your mind, and you find a meal. You find something, or you do eat one of your childs. And you're going to have to live with that. And then now it pretty much, now you can go another 14, 15 days. And then you have to do the same thing over again. Tormented in your mind. It's better to just get taken out. But those wicked niggas, you're going to have to deal with that. The ones that gave up the truth for your family, the ones that worried about building their house, the Lord is going to make you go through that. For these pine away and stricken through for the want of fruit of the field. Thinking of all their whole thought in their mind now is just eating, survival, that they're dying. That's to be that tormenting thought. They say, oh, my kids are dying, and then you was like, man, fuck my kids, I'm dying. Well, they look delicious. This is 2nd Ezra Wisdom of Solomon chapter 17 when this darkness comes, just like how it did with the Hamites. Verse 5. No power of fire. I'm going to start at 4. And it was when the plague of darkness happened. I'm going to start at 2. For when unrighteous men thought to oppress the holy nation, they being shut up in their houses, the prisoners of darkness, because the Lord stretched out his hand and he put a plague of darkness in Egypt as he's about to do that. So you're going to be prisoner in your own place because you're not going to be able to move. When it's dark, can you move? Can you travel on like long distance things? Most of the people don't even have flashlights, and they have it, but no batteries. And you walk in you're going to be a target. They're going to be able to see a light. They be like, oh, we got to get that light. So they're going to be walking towards you like fucking moths. And feather their bonds at a long night, laid their exile from the internal province. For while they were supposed to lie hid in their secret sin, they were scattered under a dark veil of forgetfulness, being horrified and astonished, troubled with strange admirations. Right there, you ever seen the Slender Man? You're gonna see that. You wicked dudes, you're gonna be seeing that. And you're just walking out in the street, just tormenting you. Every thought. You ever seen Freddy Krueger? Well, you're gonna be seeing those. These are demons that they have. You see all these. I recommend you guys don't get into it, but these things come from actual things. They come from actual, like these movies. Like, what is it? Insidious. These are actual studies of actual demons that are really, you're going to be seeing them right there. You're going to see a doll just sitting there. He's like, hey, it's Annabelle. Right there, out in the darkness, plaguing you. Plaguing these Edomites. Plaguing you wicked niggas. For neither might the corners that they held them kept them from fear, but noise as waters falling down sounds about them. Sad visions appeared upon them with heavy countenance of them dying. Oh, the last time they seen light. It's gonna, when you don't see something, you forgot. Like when people are blind, they have trouble sleeping because they don't know, they don't have their, what's it called? Equilibrium is off. So you're seeing darkness the whole time. You're not gonna be able to sleep. You're gonna have insomnia. You're gonna start seeing things. It's gonna be a horrible thing. Only there appeared. Why do you think one of the most things people are afraid of is darkness? They have to get a nightlight, but you're not gonna have a nightlight. There's gonna be grown-ass men, but they're not gonna be able to. Man, it's gonna be bad. Neither nor power of fire might give them light. No power of fire might give them light. Neither could the bright flames of the stars endure the lightness of this horrible night. And it's going to be on Babylon the Great, as it did on these fucking Hamites in here. Only there appeared unto them fire of kindle of itself. You're going to be seeing houses burning, doing all these things. People just die. People just can't handle it, so they start a fire and have to burn themselves alive. Salakia, forgot. Very, very dreadful. For being much terrified, they brought these things which they saw to be worse than the sights they saw not. The things that they're thinking about, all that stuff, they might see it, but in their mind, you ever seen that movie Smile? It's just going to get worse. Now they're going to start seeing things. They're going to be, every thought and every sound, they're going to be thinking it's that thing. For the illusion of the art of magic, they were put down. Their vaunting of wisdom was proof of disgrace. For they that promised to drive away the terrorists, all these people that think they have this magical powers. Yep. All these people that have this ability, these witches and all that stuff, they said they are going to promise and get it away. These ones that have, they think they have the ability, these fake pastors and all that stuff, they're all going to be scared. The only people that are going to be able to do something is the Lord, men of the Lord, because they're going to have the spirit of Yahweh Shai lighting in their path. For they promised to drive the terrors and troubles from a sick soul, were sick themselves with fear. worthy to be laughed at. That's what the Lord said. He's going to laugh at their calamity. For though no terrible thing did fear them, yet being scared with beasts that passed by, they hissed and serpents. They died from fear. Imagine how scared you have to do to die from fear. Just to have a heart attack and just pass. This is what's going to happen on these days. Thus said the Lord. So with that, because it's cold, I want to give all glory, honors, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash, the Wadiyah Ba'ashim El-Shah Ba'ashim Rakakwadash, the Wadiyah Ba'ashim El-Shah Ba'ashim Rakakwadash, DTA, which is Death to America and a ball. Shalom.